If you run a team or business and want to actually stay ahead of AI, Claude Skills are the foundation we should all be building in 2026. Right now, there are two types of teams. The first is always jumping to the new shiny tool or AI model, and they're stuck in these scattered AI experiments. But the second type is taking a different approach. They are building the foundation, the documentation, systems, and skills that teaches AI how your business operates and gets better every week. And with AI moving faster every year, it's important that we build the foundation now. That way, we can have the bandwidth to actually keep adapting instead of always playing catch up. In this video, I'm going to break down what Claude Skills are, show you how you can stack 3 of them to build a pitch deck, and go over how to manage them across your team. By the way, I'm Thaddeus. I'm a former senior data scientist and the co-founder of Elevate. I'm basically obsessed with building AI workflows for teams and then breaking them down here so you can apply them to your business without any technical background needed. Let's get into it. So what exactly is a Claude skill? You can think of it like an AI SOP, a set of instructions that tells Claude exactly how to run a workflow for your business without you needing to re-explain it every time. Normally, people across a team set up long prompts or projects in their own way, which causes a lot of issues. And every wasted prompt drives up your AI usage bill. The problem isn't the tool, it's that your tool doesn't have enough context on how your business specifically works. The co-founder of OpenAI, who is also the chief scientist behind ChatGPT, put it this way in a viral tweet. The future isn't prompt engineering, it's context engineering. And Anthropic has tackled this context engineering problem with Skills, which allows anyone to build this context for their teams. And the whole industry is moving in this direction. We saw Skills recently come to ChatGPT, and Google's also adopting them. Now, I know there are a lot of AI features being released, so it's important when to understand when to use projects versus skills in Claude. Projects are great for ongoing work, but the instructions are static and they stay locked in that project. And you can't combine 2 projects into a unified workflow, so your context is going to stay siloed from each other. The skill is different. It's a set of instructions that Claude can follow to actually do something. And it works everywhere, across any chat or project. So use a project when you want Claude to know something or you want ongoing work to just stay in that workspace, and use a skill when you want Claude to do something like a repeatable workflow across any chat or project. So today we're building a sales asset stack. The 3 skills that allowed me to generate a full 9-slide pitch deck for my agency from just one short prompt. And by the end of this video, you'll know how to swap out any skill to build your own combination that suits your work. Each skill is a separate work block. It's a modular unit that does one specific thing. Your service offerings could be one block, your brand's voice guidelines could be one, and your design guide could be a third. Claude will detect when it needs to tap into any of these skills to access the information there. Let me show you what this actually looks like inside Claude. Alright, so the way to find your skills is you're going to go to the sidebar, you're going to hit customize, and here you can see just what a skills actually looks like. So because of this first line in the skill here, anytime Claude knows that I'm working on the AI brief, which is my newsletter or email marketing, it'll know to tap into the skill and use the workflow and resources within it. Now let's go over the 3 skills for the build today. So the first one's going to be a voice guide, and we've all seen it. Nobody likes AI sounding text. So in order to get AI to consistently sound like your brand or your unique voice, you're going to want to develop a voice guide. So now anytime you're doing writing for your brand or yourself, it's going to know to tap into your voice guide skill and make sure it actually sounds like you. The next thing you're going to do, you're going to want to write out your brand visual identity. So I have here for our agency, we have our visual identity. It just goes over things like your color palette. You could train it on examples of other apps or websites that you really like and emulate whatever part of their visual identity that you like. The third skill is going to be whatever service or workflow you want to highlight in your business. Anytime we work with a team, we start with an AI audit and roadmap. So we have our whole process of how we run the AI audit and roadmap. Anytime we're doing that work in our Claude, it's going to access this skill and know exactly how we like to work with our clients. Once you create those 3 skills and save them, all you're going to need to do is go back to Claude and go to an empty chat. You don't even have to be in a project. And here's a tip. When you're doing coding related tasks, I like to use the highest performing model. So Opus 4.6 right now is the highest performing model. And then you can just say, create a pitch deck that gives an overview of our AI audit and roadmap. And now you're showing it's loading. There you go. It's reading the PowerPoint skill. Now it's reading our AI audit and roadmap skill and the brand guidelines. Now it has everything it needs. I love to do this, by the way. I think you could learn a lot about how AI works by reading through the detailed breakdown of its thought process here. Now it's reading the voice guide, and now it's actually giving you a slide deck. So they're constantly building out new features. So even a few months ago, this wasn't even here. So instead of doing something that's completely off track, feedback. It's actually checking in with me to make sure that I want to go ahead and build this out. I could give it feedback on its plan, or I could, let's just say, build it for now. You don't need to watch it code, but it's just coding up the entire pitch deck now. All right, it just finished, and let's take a look. AI audit and roadmap. Let's see, as you can see up here, it followed our branding. It has the correct information, our weekly breakdown, even a timeline view, highlights numbers and metrics. So it's not perfect, but it's definitely a start. Then you can easily share this with your team and then work on refining it and getting it looking like exactly how you want. And here are some sites that my team has created using this exact workflow. And this is just after iterating back and forth a few times with Claude and then doing the last few tweaks by ourselves. So that's how you build skills for yourself. Now let's talk about how to manage skills across a team. So on the Claude team plan, if you just go to your organization settings, then on this tab here, you can go over to libraries and skills, and then you'll be able to add skills at the organization level here. Then you can choose if that's going to be automatically shared with everyone in your team. Also, you're going to want to keep a copy of your skills outside of Claude. Since these are simple, just text markdown files, you can easily save them in Notion, Google Drive, or a GitHub repository if you want to version control your skills. And there's really two reasons for this. So one, if you're changing a process of how your business functions or does something, you're going to want a paper trail in case there's a dip in quality so you can audit what went wrong. And second, if somebody finds a better way to do something, we should be creating a culture where anyone can update a team's skill so that the whole team benefits from that improvement. All right, you can find all the 3 skill templates in the description, fill them out, and feel free to customize them to fit your workflow. And if you want more free resources like how to build your own AI writing system, I have a bunch of free guides in the AI Workflows Academy. The link for that's in the description, and I hope to see you there.